open this single image, and then what I'm gonna do is go to the window. Oh, actually should be on the right hand side, but let's go that. Let's go window to make sure that you have these channels. Where's channels? Okay. In some situation, it's on the side of the layers. Okay. Find this one. All right. And click red. Okay. We switch back to V and then click the RGB so we can see the picture. But at the same time, we can change it. So we can do this one. You remember the last portion? That's how the things work. So basically, those three types of color being very accurate to project at the same time the grayscale image. Okay, so in this case, we offset those harmony relationship, and so we see the distortion of color. Okay, so that's how those work. So basically, that's the three layers of pictures, color images. Okay, red only show the red image, as you can see there. Okay, RGB. Okay, so you may say, well, this is too many information. You don't have to remember. You just know this is two basic concept of adjustment picture question. Oh, I think you convert this one as a gray image. So let's do that.
Yeah, so click on V. On red.
So let's
and then click on the little box above. Like this little box right here.
This one?
Like no, just like the little box. Like you have
Oh yeah,
boxes
that
above. Yeah, and then V and drag.
Okay.
Yeah, photo. Oh, just on the photo.
Like that? Wait.
Like V and drag. So V and
Oh,
drag on the photo. Not just that. No, the photo.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
let me show you how.
He says V.
Okay. In some case.
D.
Okay, I found this. In some cases, your image may look like a grayscale. So there's no way to see the channels. So you only have this gray channel, in this one, like that. So if that happens, you can just simply change the, bring back. Okay, so just simply go back to image mode and change this one from grayscale to RGB. Okay, RGB or semi-K. So basically, it's the way for the computer to calculating this image. Okay, to understand this image. So most time we're using RGB and semi-K. So semi-K is mainly for print image, but nowadays more workflow is good on RGB also. So semi-K is kind of more like a creative mode, just using RGB for 99% of our workflow. Okay. Oh yeah. So we have that. Just go on visibility. At the same time, we have adjustment for the different layers. Oh, so this one is okay. So there's some little bit details because it's not a standard, way to using RGB channel. Most of the time, the software is designing for you to do enhancement or making the things beautiful. Okay, so what the method here we actually would do is kind of like a little bit damage the picture to create some possibility. So let me show some possible problem. Okay, so the first one will be when you open directly, you got a layer. In this mode, the channels cannot be offset. Okay, you have a layer 0 or something similar in the F7 panel, layers panel. You want to go right-click and find this one to flatten image. So this one will give you a background layer. So you see this difference, right? So this is currently is background. So in this mode, we can offset. We'll be able to offset this picture, those channels. Okay. All right. So let's everybody start with the same picture. Okay. So we're going to give you more ideas, more round of information of understanding this message. So we're towards more art direction now. Okay. So I have a picture in Chrome in Dropbox page. The very bottom, not the very bottom, is here. We have this beautiful picture here. So let's just try to use this one. Right click, copy image, back to Photoshop, Command N, create. Okay, so have this one picture. So let's have this picture there. Okay, so in this channel, okay, so if you say go back to the channel. We got this picture. Let's go to the channels, okay, and select any of the channel, like for example R. Okay, we need to turn this one back. Okay, so we can see the whole picture when you adjustment it. Okay, so basically click any of this first, and then check the eye of RGB, and now you can move it. So, but when you move, this one happens. So it could not move because. What's because this is all the mask channel adjustment need a solid single layer background. Okay, so the way to ensure you have this is right click and the flat image. Okay, so this is a very useful technique. So just have one single page with we call it backgrounds. Layer 0 didn't work. Okay, for this technique. Okay, background. We need a background. All right. So basically is no layer mode for a single picture. When you open that, should show as background. And now you can go back to channels. I'm going to move this, for example, blue, and to offset the blue, and change the green. Okay, so I can also change the size of this information. So it's a little bit different method. You need to do a selection. So Command A for a single layer, and then Command T. Okay, so we can rotate. It's a slightly different than basic transform. Okay, so let's try this one. So you see the so many different layers. Okay, let's try this one out. So with the method here, let me do this. Okay, so let's start with here. So is everybody you be able to go to channels, select any of the channels, okay, and move it to create some change. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to change this. For example, I want to rotate the green channel. So how we can do that? When you hit the Command T, it just don't work, right? Didn't work. So what we want to do is we're going to create a selection first. So Command A to create a selection, and then you can Command T. It's A and T, right? So Command A, Command T, so you can make a selection. Okay. Or in some cases, say I want to just do a quick selection like special shapes. And of course, you can do this. You can do using L for the laser tool, L, and then just draw the part you want to include into your picture, and then Command T. Okay, so you can move to a certain space and rotate. Okay, those things you can do quite a lot of times. So for example, I'm going to make this more art now. So what I'm going to do is just Command A, well, just hit L on certain layer. For example, I'm working on the red layer, red channels. Okay, I hit L and just kind of select some area, and then Command T, move it. Okay, and then I can rotate. Yeah, and Command D to deselect. So let's do that. Command T, and Command D to deselect. So that's some method. So let's try to experience this. Okay, do something. Yeah.
How did you get this article?
We are working on
So
this.
Command A, Command T, Command J, Command T, Command D.
Are you looking for the laser?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do a selection first, so click on the laser, and then you can,
Which one's the laser?
it's this one here.
And if you want to do it again, you just select the layer.
And you can also rotate, change shapes.
Then
And,
Command A,
there are
Command
a lot of options.
Command
When
T,
you're done, just hit
Command
return
D.
and the Command D to decide it. Yeah. So this one of the things will give you a very cool start point when you want to do some art piece. Okay.
Would you use the
Command A is for move the whole thing. So, but in this case, what you can do is, for example,
So
this part.
oh, there we go.
Some crazy, just like this part. So I hit L.
Oh, I think we already selected.
This part.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Command T.
Otherwise,
Yeah, this one, sometimes the result is just, too low. But, there's some opportunity there to create a nice background, a pretty cool way, looking image. Okay. So after this, you can try to jump in between different color mode. So what you can do is different color profile. So now we are working on the semi-K, RGB, but if you go to the image, switch the mode to semi-K, you can do more classical way of offset print, like the Andy Warhol or some early artists, like the 50s, 60s. They don't have a computer. What they do is have a different screen for color print. Okay, so semi-K is the inks they're using at that moment. So basically for print, you need a CMYK 4 panels, 4 screens to do that. So you just change it to semi-K. Okay, now you check the channel. You got a new possibility there. So you can move this one in CMYK mode. Okay. So this one channel become a C, and this one become Y, and a black channel. So there are some possibilities. You remember last time we did the color halftone, okay? You can actually apply the color halftone effects for a single layer. So for example, in this layer, I have a sun color here selected. I would just go select sun color and then turn on the semi-K visibility, and then just go to the filter, pixelate, color halftone, and just using default setting. So I get a nice color reproduction point. You know, the screen represents this layer.
Do that again, please.
Okay, yes. So what I'm do is let's see. That would be an option. Okay, I'll try to find it. So just go in the channel, select sign color. Okay, turn on all the semi-K visibility, but have the sign color selected. Okay, and then just go to filter, pixelate, and then the color halftone, and just apply it. Okay, using default setting. Okay, so I got that. So from this moment, you can create some works very to create this beautiful screen settings. You will see this. It's very nice screen dots, right? Screen grid. Okay. Again, the semi-K mode is quite limited, so there are not so many control can help you to play. Let's see, this one will work. Yeah, actually this one should, for this method it should work. So, for example, in this case, I'm going to continue using the techniques. Is hit L and draw a selection area. Okay, and the V, move it to do an offset a little bit. Okay, and then in this case, I'm going to try to give you some cool direction. For example, if you command T and right click and warp, and so you can do something like this. Okay, you can warp the image, create some offset. Okay, and then command D. So yeah, let's try to find a different picture and do something to see if you like or not. And you know, those color looks sometimes is not very useful color, but think about that. You can actually control this color again to give them the same color tone adjustment. So there's no all things are useful for working with digital image process. Digital image art purpose. Everything on your screen is useful. It could be useful in some way. Sometimes we need to make this a huge, change the scale to a totally different one. Sometimes we just needed to little adjustment. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. For example, in this new model, you can using semi-K. In the semi-K, you can using the liquify, but it's not enhanced mode. Okay, so you can also try. So Command Shift X, so you can kind of like work on this mode. We introduced those ideas last time. So, but want to give you a little bit introduce again, so you can remember those very useful techniques. Okay, so give them a little bit more like smooth. Okay, okay, to confirm. Very nice.
Why did it do that? It took all the color away.
It's actually because you're only you need to go back to semi-K to highlight all the channels to start semi-K.
Oh, I see.
So this mode is only working with all layers, all channels. Yeah.
What is the mode called again?
Liquify. So.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. So let's try to work on this mode and to introduce a little bit of the brush. Again, we, in our class demonstration, we'll more follow the current image. So we have a border, like a guideline, what information will be introduced on certain period of time. But most of the time, you will find something is useful. We try to introduce those ideas again. So to create a more coherent experience. So give you more kind of like a solution for that. Okay. So for this image, what I want to do next is I will make sure that I back to RGB, so which enable me to access most of those color adjustment or image adjustment function, because in semi-K something is just grayish, it's no way to use it. Okay, so semi-K is a very limited mode. The native mode of all the digital image is RGB. So your camera sensor working in RGB, the image camera sensor of your smartphone is working in RGB mode. Everything in digitally, native digital image is RGB. Okay, so it's better to use RGB for all the tasks. Okay, so other channel, other mode is for me more. I will more understand it's a creative process. Okay, so they have some technical need to stay there, but most of the time is you can use them very creatively. So let's go just stay with RGB, and in this mode, you can have all the things here available. Okay, all the detailed things are available. So let's try to work with a little bit of brush. Okay, so in this case, I would do Shift. Let's do B. Okay, hit B, and you may want to shift the B several times until you see the mixer brush. Okay, shift the B. Okay, shift the B several times. You remember we do the pencil this morning, we do the brush this morning, we do the color. We didn't introduce color replacement. It's so simple. And the mix brush. Okay. So what we do here is, well, you can change the size of the brush, and you can paint on this this image. Well, let's go start with something. Will give you a more, we go to the mixer brush on the top control panel. Go to the very bottom one, very wet and heavy mix. Okay, so let's try to see what you got. Okay. Okay, so you can put a different brush tips, and you can see you can blend those colors. Okay. So for the brush control is F5 to turn on the brush, and you can change the brush more like some quite artistic brush shapes. Okay, and those looks nice. Details more like a brush tips. So you can go there, and to change the size of the brush is Option and Control. Hold Option and the Control, click and drag to make this bigger or small. Okay, and then you can just add some. It's more like a brush. Okay, make them small, and so you can catch some colors. Okay, so we'll nice blend of some colors to make it more like art. Okay, so you got the digital pen, so this is a nice time to do something with the pen display. Okay, so again, hit the Z for zoom in, hold the Z and click and drag to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so hold Option and Control, click and drag left or right to change the brush size, and then you can draw now where the digital pen have sensitive for the pressure. So if you do a very soft, they just do a little bit. Okay, so if you do very strong, so you will see that details start to reflect, right? Okay, so like that. Basically just replace the tips, okay, and you can try the different options. The simple way to use it, just to understand if you want more mix, you want more very wet and the very the very the custom set. But just need a little, you will see the different result. Okay, you can try it. Okay. You're still very you can test all these settings. Okay, sometimes we do this is for us to find a nice just color palette. For example, I'm a designer and I want to get some colors for my different projects, so I can basically mix some colors, so I can just using to get the color swatches from there. Okay, let's just have fun with this, right? So basically is Shift B, or if you already turn to the mixer brush, once next time when we return, just hit the B. Okay, so it's a little bit save a little bit time. Okay, for some brush they may look a little bit different at the default setting. Okay. Okay, so you can okay, yeah, some simple brush, have fun with this. Later we'll talk about a more nice, cool way to use it, but now it's just kind of like a feel this no mouse can do this. It's a kind of like a very free experience, kind of a mix of the color. Okay, so you can concentrate on the small displays. Experience those controls. So press Z for zoom in and zoom out. Okay, press and hold the space bar so you can kind of pan what's the precision you want to continue work. Okay, hit B back to the brush mode. So it could be any brush. So you can do Shift B, switch to pencil. So pencil is just a single line, and you can draw some details. Okay, you can draw some nice elements. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's try to do something with this mode. To create something. Even without any a guideline, so just try those one. Again, you are not damaging this computer, okay? You may be in the future, okay? But don't worry about that. And there's in Cinema 4D mode where you will do a 3D modeling. In certain some students actually make the computer shut down. Because they kind of generate a 10,000 different small particles, right? So the computer cannot handle it. But in our digital image process, there's no way you can damage the computer. So just do something and exploring some possibilities. Okay. Although the experience maybe not produce a final work, but it give you the experience that maybe give you a way for the next possibility work mode. Okay. Yeah. So I'm checking around to see if you need any help with this. F6. Yeah. Yes. Oh, this is shift B, so it's on here. Shift So we'll blend the colors. It's really like you're working with different colors. Okay. Since mostly you are working on this mode, double two screens. Please turn off, but turn on the small screen, the pen display. Okay. So I will introduce one method. You can get the fully control, or get the benefit of using two screens. One for the working surface, and one is for for you to investigate the detail, to control the whole image. So once you get the two displays, one display show the bottom, show the control interface, and the one you can just go VO and go to, let's see, where is that? Show window. Okay, so you can go to Window, Arrange, and click a new window for current document. So what means that you can create a new window for Untitled 3. In this case, my work is Untitled 3. So have a new one here. So they're identical. But what you can do is you can move one of this image to the top. Okay. Let's do that. Let's make the let's drag your Adobe CC window, to the bottom screen. Okay. Okay. So in some cases, it's showing on the right hand side, so it's not a very natural position. So let me just introduce this one more time. So that Command space, you will love this way of work. So Command space and type displays. Okay. In this mode, you have one called arrangement, right? So in your view, there's no mirror display, so don't mirror it. So what you need to do is on your right hand side, you have a small screen. That's the pen display. So it's just on the right hand side of the display mode. So what you need to do is click and drag this small screen. Again, don't follow my screen, okay? I will need to show this way. So there's a small screen here. You just click and drag it to reposition this guy to the left bottom, okay, of your screen. So it's relative your current relationship of those two displays, okay? So that Command space and type display, that will be the displays control, okay? Displays, okay? Yeah, so the green one, white one, not the weekend. So this display, okay? So arrangement, okay? You can grab this one, move this one here. So it's a relationship with those two screens, okay?
I don't see that.
Oh, don't mirror it.
Don't mirror it.
Yeah, don't mirror it. Okay, uncheck the mirror. Okay, don't mirror it. Okay, I'm sure the mirror options because I cannot, show those screens. So, well, that's a good position. Yeah. So now you can move those two screens. Yeah, those are displays. Just return. Oh, this one didn't turn on. Turn on.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one. Just on the bottom. The larger one because it is your pen display is not here. Okay, so once you got the two screens set up, and what you need to do is just click and drag the Photoshop and move the Photoshop to the small screen, the main work surface to the small screen. Okay.
I can't use
So yes. Yeah, try to set up this one. You will love this option. So and yeah, so I don't know if you take this iMac the default size. Okay. So basically what we'll do is
I'll ask him.
you already have one covenant. So this one you can make this one full screen. Let's just see if I can close this one. Create a new video. Okay, so now they're saying. So you can work with the details, but this one will stay there, so you can actually see those details.
Can you show how you just
Yeah, yeah. So okay. So you have this one here, and you have windows here. Okay, so good. So what you can do is just go to Window, Arrange, a new window. Okay. So then move this window to that big one. Size. So now you can work with the details on this page.
Okay.
So you can see, so the top image won't change, but you can see the details. Anything you draw will on that place. So let me just repeat this. So once you have the Photoshop, the whole control panel on the bottom, and then you can attach this guy to move this one to the top screen for the big screen, and hit FF. So this one will change it to the full screen mode, right? So, and then Command 0, okay? So this one will stay there. We're working with the small window, okay? So I will need to manually set up on your screens. Let me just work around to help you to complete this setup. So you have one, okay. So you're working on this one, right? So we'll go to the window, arrange, and create a new window. There are
make this fit in the space?
to bring back the screen. Alright, so now you can draw working with any so you can do any. You see this same screen. And you can work with very detailed degree. Okay, so this one you just go back to here, okay, and you can add 0. This one show the large scale, and then you can work with very macro details that will stay the control of the whole image. Oh, yeah, let's just show you. Okay. So what you do is go to Window, Arrange, and the new window. Okay, so you have this identical. So just move this one to that screen. F, Command 0. So this is your final picture. And then at the same time, you can just come back to continue work. You see the reflect your change. So that will help you to working with the details, also maintain the whole picture.
Alright, thank you.
I'm just showing this here.
Did you get it on both sides?
Yeah. So you go to
It was like,
window, arrange, and new window.
Because so fast.
And spin this one to this screen. Okay. And now you can continue work on that image. So this one will stay there. Okay. So let's try to set up.
I don't know how to get it back.
Oh yeah. So that's true. Okay, just like a regular.
Oh, I see.
Okay, you have a 2,
Oh, I
Just
see.
go
So
here.
one's up here. and
Yeah.
one's down.
F twice,
Okay.
and then Command 0. So this one will stay there. F Command 0. Okay, and then just go back to the small screen.
What am I doing when I do command?
No, just go back to this window. Just do whatever you like, and you will see the change on that larger screen. Okay. Do you have the pen?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to set up all the screens. Well, let's the same time, we're going to do the very big picture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go to the window. So basically you can draw and then watch if that works good. Okay. Or you just need to turn on the RGB layer. But at the same time you highlight this. Yeah. Oh, that's why we'll do this guy. So go back to the layer. Okay, so let's try that. So it's actually a little bit different. So go to the window. Okay, new window. Which one go here? Okay, tap, 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 and then command 0. Okay, command 0. Okay, and then now you can just basically touch the draw here. This is possibly here, right? So you can draw something. The B. It's a different. Let's try. Do anything, that part will show. So, you know, just give you like a different. Alright. This beautiful workflow. So let's go to turn off. Okay, now you can continue back to work on this one with on type of the decal line. Yeah.
Oops. You know how to undo something if you don't like what you just did?
Yeah, it's Command Z.
Command Z.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This to set up this. Go to window.
Switch the color. It's F6, right? Yeah, F6 the green. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
This one, okay. So just go to window. So we have the things that you can put down this with the detail work, and then you see this one.
So I just made a really this one up here, that one up down there.
The first window is not very. So now I have So I try to want to help you to set up this this video. So it's a really good way to work with the detail retouch, right, or some kind of art practice, because you already have a like a printed picture in front of you. So even you're working with the very small details, we do the picture retouching. Sometimes we zoom into the very determined to adjustment the color of the eyeball, and you will still control the whole image. So yeah.
I can't get it to do anything now. It's like everything's frozen.
Oh, is your let's see. Let's, because you're working on this, let me jump into this liquefy mode. This is not
I know, I was trying to liquefy it, but
Okay.
I couldn't make it work.
okay. Liquefy. Let's do Shift X. Command Shift X. Okay. So now you can.
Oh, but you have to do it up there, not down here.
Okay. So yeah,
Oh, I see.
because the default window is over there, so you can just go bring this one back. So this one should work.
Okay.
So yeah, when you're using the double screens, is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's take a little bit while. But think about that. You can zoom into a very details, but at the same time, you can see the whole picture. So